If you or a loved one is affected by alcohol abuse, in this episode we're going to talk about how to mindfully drink wine. So you might want to sit this one out. We're back for another episode of The Space, a mindfulness podcast that's not like the others. I'm your host, Casey Donovan, alongside our writer, Amy Malloy. Every Friday, our theme is We Made It, with mindfulness tips to celebrate the week behind you. Hands up if you're a wine drinker. Give us a hell yeah if you're going to have a drink tonight. We hear you, and we're sure you deserve it. Responsibly. Have you ever wondered how you can make vino drinking a more soulful activity? We're not talking about drinking less or giving up alcohol. You do you, baby. We're talking about drinking more soulfully. It could be the key to feeling better about your drinking, how much you're drinking, and even your hangover. At least that's according to Mike Rapajic, the co-founder of Vino, Australia's first health-conscious wine service. What a cool thing. And they deliver. It all comes down to drinking a wine that's thought-provoking, says Mike. You don't have to be a sommelier to do it. You also don't have to be loaded to afford it. When you're choosing your wine, whether it's online or at the bottle-o, think about becoming part of a story. Somebody else's story. More specifically, the winemaker. A wine with soul, according to Mike, has a few key elements. Depth. Complexity. A sense of place. Healthy land. And most importantly, real people behind it. The aim is to feel involved, he says. You want to feel like you're drinking something real. Yep, it's all about really paying attention. We know you're exhausted. We know you can't wait for that first, second, and third sip. But before you raise your glass, give a little shout out to the maker. Imagine the creator in your head. Vino has backstories ready to go. Like Susie and Wayne, who live with their 2 children and their dog in South Australia. Or ex-carpenter Marco, who farmed vegetables before starting a vineyard. Notice how you feel about the wine you drink when you think about the person who poured their heart and soul into it. Of course, there's a lot to be said for a no-name brand or even box wine. But there's also a time to go a little deeper. According to psychologist Kit Yarrow, this is where retail therapy works its magic, even when we're alcohol shopping. It's all about soul connection. If there's one antidote to emotional distress, it's human connection, says Kit. We're a species that's meant to feel connection with others. Whether it occurs over dinner, at home, or at the bottle shop, it's therapeutic. We're not saying you should pour a glass of wine if you don't want to. But when you do, think about how to make it a thought-provoking experience. If you're not sure, then turn it into a game. Who do you think created your vino? Give them a name, a personality, a family, a backstory. You might find you savour your glass a whole lot more. I'm Casey Donovan, and you've been listening to The Space, a mindfulness podcast that's not like the others. We're back tomorrow with a bonus weekend episode, a mindfulness tip to renew, revive, and feel alive. Please drink responsibly. Space out.